Welcome to Tribulation 515, 2011. We have reached day 1079, my friends, of my personal witness and testimony to the tribulation that is literally unfolding right in front of our very eyes. And the world continues to spiral downwards into chaos, my friends. If you're watching, if this is your first time viewing, that means your eyes are opened and you're saying, what the hell is going on? I'm going to try and keep this one short. Today is February 7th, 2014. Out here in San Jose, it was raining yesterday. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so the drought, we're getting some relief. But, weather around the world is, extreme, bizarre. We got the Sochi Olympics opening up in Russia. Talk about distortion and bizarreness. Everything about over there, that from the terrorist threats to the living conditions, the water in the hotels being yellow. The stories coming out of Sochi is just, and then the opening ceremonies. I already seen the first report that it's some apocalyptic, scary opening communist, Big Brother ceremony. So, let's just pray for the safety of all the athletes over there. I personally don't give a flying hoot about the Olympics, but go USA. The economy, nobody knows what's going on. Our president said everything's cool, but then the stock market took a dive. All the financials are weird. Companies aren't hiring. Obamacare is a huge distortion. Bill O'Reilly, right before the Super Bowl, interviewed Obama and asked him about several of these scandals, and our president was just like, there's nothing going on, and yet there's totally stuff going on. So, that's where we're living, the day and age, the ending of one age, the beginning of another age. Distortions are everywhere. Trying to determine what is real and what is fake is getting harder, and harder. And at the same time, since it's a changing of ages and times, we're experiencing what I've been calling the synchronicity of the ages. Over on Operation End Times, I'm going on to Part 8, and, it's the series that won't end, but there's just more and more mind-blowing stuff that's coming out of it, and I guarantee you there's still more mind-blowing stuff coming out of it. But I'm going to kind of show you some stuff I was researching for the Synchronicity series, but it's kind of mind-blowing because in reality, all of us are experiencing the synchronicity, whether it's star alignments or numbers. You can find the more your eyes are open to the new age, the infinite model, the more you see how all the dots connect and the numbers add up. So anyway, I'm going to kind of touch on a couple of things, but over on the Operation End Times, the Synchronicity series, we've been looking at the Hebrew word, H1992 in the Hebrew dictionary, which is Hem, H-E-M, but it's actually pronounced Ham. And I'm showing the connections with Noah's son, Ham. And the movie Noah is about to come out in March. It's going to be big here in the USA. It stars Russell Crowe. But Ham saw his father's nakedness, and I kind of go into what's going on with all that. It's a lot of incest and dark stuff with bearing children, the curse of Canaan, which is at play even today. Over in Israel, it's the Palestinians. That's the Canaan, but he was cursed, and that's what's still unfolding. That's what's coming. The full fulfillment and the fullness of the ages is at play, my friends. But anyway, I was researching that Hebrew word, and nowadays, since my eyes are open, I see how everything connects, and everything matters. And that's what Hem actually means, that even the smallest thing matters. So it's the Hebrew word 1992, so I know the synchronicity of it all, that 1992 is in play. So I did a little research into 1992 this morning, and lo and behold, synchronicity. If we go back exactly 22 years to the day, the number 22 is in play big time, my friends. And over at Operation End Times, we're going to be going into Ezekiel 22. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in that chapter of the book, but that's kind of where Part 8 is heading to. But 22 years ago, on February 7th in 1992, the Maastricht Treaty was signed, founding the EU. And I'll tell you what, my friends, if you do any kind of research whatsoever into end-time prophecy fulfillment, the EU, the European Union, is part of that prophecy. You know, the 10 heads of the beast rising in Revelations. And even this morning, you know, on the mainstream news, one of Obama's, the Assistant Secretary of State, was using the F-bomb, you know, talking to somebody in France, you know, and she said, fuck the EU, you know, pardon my French. See, everything, it's circle upon circles. It's no more linear, you know. Everything is a reflection in and of itself. And lo and behold, if we go back 22 years, what was also happening is on the 8th, which is tomorrow, but I think it's happening today, but it could be tomorrow as well, the opening ceremony for the 1992 Winter Olympics. And where else was it held? Oh, coincidence. You know, just like the Assistant Secretary of State said, fuck you to the EU to some French diplomat. Oh, 22 years ago, the Olympics were in France, Albertville. You know, everything's connected, my friends. Now, in February, one of the big numbers coming up is February 22nd. That is the day for Ragnarok, which is the Nordic day of destruction and chaos. The horn was sounded back on, I think it was, I'm going to guess either November 28th or 11th, but you go 100 days and you arrive at February 22nd. It's the 22s. But here I'm looking at 1992, and guess what? On February 22nd in Wikipedia, it says, February 22nd, 1992, the chosen one is born. He goes by the name Leon Alexander, and then it says Georgetown, Cayman Islands. I'll tell you what, my friends, I've dug around this morning looking for this chosen one, Leon Alexander. I can't find nothing on him, so I'm going to pose the question to anybody out there. Who is Leon Alexander, the chosen one? But that ties in exactly to what I'm talking about over on the Synchronicity of the Ages. Him means them, they, the chosen, the enlightened, the ones with the special spirits, you know, Abraham, Noah, Moses, and even, yes, the dark ones like Nimrod and Cain, you know, Adam and Eve. They were they, them, the special lit up, you know, just from the day they're born or created, you know, somehow they're destined, you know, their destinies unfold in such a way that what they say and do affect the whole world. And once again, at the changing of the ages, the ending of one age, the beginning of another, these people are in play. They, you know, now the ones in the shadow, the Illuminati, the principalities in high places, the princes, you know, the earthly princes, the princes of Israel, the dark prince, you know, however you want to do it, it's all, once again, people that on a spiritual level are a little bit higher than the average dude. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because the average dude isn't thinking on a spiritual level. And that's half of what's going wrong with the world nowadays, is mankind is severely detached from God. Now, there's probably maybe 50% or more that think they're worshiping God one way or another, but that's also part of the distortion, because unless you know who God is, you could be worshiping someone who looks like God, but he's not God. Now, of course, an atheist is going to say that's why we don't worship God, because that sounds crazy as heck, but you know what? The truth, you have to accept it however you find it. So anyway, you know, the Synchronicity, February 22nd, the chosen one is born. You know what, I was just looking down through 1992, I don't know how much farther I want to go, but in March 22nd, 322, the French regional elections, conservatives, you know, in a landslide, the conservatives took back control of France. So once again, you know, a political earthquake in France, you know. So, anyway, that's basically where I'm going to wrap it up for today. You know, 2014, 2015, you know, I believe will be just as amazing as 2013 was, you know. Now, if you want to use the term, was 2013 a good year, you know, that's all from your perspective. Now, what I will tell you is, if you're still thinking, if you're still caught in the three-dimensional web of the 4-4, the carnal world, where that's where your value system is, and that's all you can see. Then 2013, 14, and 15 may not be so good, because as things like 401ks crumble into the dust and healthcare gets just screwed up beyond belief, the foundations of your beliefs, the physicalness of the world are shaken. But if you can open your eyes to the heavens and start seeing things on a heavenly perspective, on a new age perspective, then your value system, hopefully, God bless you, is changing, where you're not worried about piling up a big pile of gold. You're kind of worried about what you're building up spiritually. So anyway, think positive, do something nice. My niece is calling my attention. This is Tribulation 515, 2011, and think positive. There is much, much more coming, and I promise you it will blow your mind. 2014, 2015. The synchronicity of the ages is unfolding. Take care. Stay thirsty, my friends.